What is what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to the rep reaction of WWE Clash in Paris. We just got through with the premier live event, so let's go ahead and talk about what just happened. So I'll start from the beginning. The which was seemingly this seemingly I think killed the crowd. The crowd was just this was not the Paris crowd from last year where they were like almost into everything. This was just this was something that was just like they were just there. They tried to get into some things, but then they just wasn't as maniacal and loud as they was last year at Backlash. The first match, Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed, they was all for it. They were saying "fuck you, Bronson" chants, and they were all about the OTC, and they were down for it. And this was a very nice match, a nice way to start off the show. Some really good stuff here from these two big monsters, and some really good power spots, and a whole lot of great stuff from Roman and from Bronson here. And that was really good. Um, they cleared off the tables very early in the match, and I was wondering why they really didn't. They really didn't go back to them. So I just that was interesting. But then we find out later why. Roman Reigns, they hit a couple students punching the spear, pin Bronson Reed 1, 2, 3, and it's the and Roman Reigns wins. I gave it 3.5 stars. Roman Reigns was talking to the fans. Paul him got into the ring. Roman ran in the ring, asked for the Shilafala. Paul Heyman gave him the Shilafala. Roman Reigns then choked out Paul Heyman with the guillotine. And then he started. Then he went back out, got back on the table, and started autographing the shoes and throwing them out to the audience. That was really good. But then didn't expect what happened next. Out of nowhere, Bronson Reed came and speared Roman Reigns through the table, and then a pretty long beatdown. Roman Reigns was walking back. Ron Breaker speared him again. Then threw him in the ring. They gave him tsunamis, and then they gave him a tsunami when he was. They put him on the backboard. They gave him a tsunami when he was put on the backboard. Jay finally came out there, which some people was like, "Well, what's Jay doing?" Well, Jay's getting ready for his match. Jay's getting ready for a match. Jay ain't got time to be trying to, he's getting ready for a match. And then someone probably told, "Hey, Jay, Roman's in trouble," so he came out. He had at one point, fought them off, but then they, with the numbers game, get him, and they speared him, and gave Roman another tsunami, and then they rolled. They did a stretcher job for Roman Reigns. So, and then backstage, Adam Pearce had security take out Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Said that if seen that building again, he was going to suspend them indefinitely without pay. So, we should not be seeing these guys once again, right? That's we'll find out later in the show. All in all, it's good opening to the show, and I think it pretty much tired the crowd out because after this, crowd was nothing. Next was the WWE Tag Team title match between um, the Street Profits and the Wire Six. I gave this too much. I'm gonna give it 2.75 stars. It was okay. There, the Street Profits dressed up like people from Borderlands and everything like that. Very interested. I was listening to Santi's app like as I do all the time now. during these shows, and he said that he was talking to the male models, Mansoir and Marseille, right? He listened to those guys, and he said that when they did their water spot, they got paid $15,000 for their ad. So, and so, like so you think about it, like SummerSlam, there was a Papa John's ad from like with Nikki Bella and the New Day. Or those. So, and he says that they get paid pretty good for those ads. So I was like, wow. So do you think they got like $15,000-$20,000 for that Papa John's ad? That's amazing. It's interesting to think about. Well, I say that because this match had the Borderlands theme in it, and Street Profits probably got paid a little bit more, maybe like 15, 20 grand to dress like the Borderlands people. So yeah, this match was okay. Um, Again, fans really just didn't seem to care about anything. They were doing the Montez Ford taunt. He's been trying to get over for like 6 months. And sometimes it gets over, and sometimes it doesn't. It was over tonight with the Paris crowd, but it came down to Uncle Hardy getting involved and hitting him with the his sister Abigail, and then they hit him with the plague 1, 2, 3. The Wyatts win 2.75, and there's a lot of things about it seems like the Street Profits are gonna break up, which I think is okay. I think they do need to do something new. People forever have been saying that Montez Ford has WWE Championship material. Um, we'll see if that's the case or not. We'll see. But it looks like they might be doing some type of breakup with them, or maybe a legitimate heel turn. No, yeah. So 'cause, they've tried twice. They've tried with Bobby Lashley. Remember they tried with Bobby Lashley? They were gonna be here, and then that quickly went south for them, turned back babyface. And then they try again. They tried again earlier this year, like before they won they re-won the tag championships. They was almost like acting like heels, and it didn't work as well. So I don't know. There are times of time, maybe. We'll see. Next was the women's IC match between Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella. Some people are going to say that Nikki Bella brought this match down. She didn't. There was a spot that they missed, and I think I agree with like a lot of people saying that it was Becky Lynch's fault. Um, so the spot is that they get into the ring, and Nikki Bella is gonna go like to the second rope, hit a turnaround kick, like the disaster kick, a turnaround disaster kick, like Cody would do. And I'm guessing that what was supposed to happen was that she was legitimately supposed to miss it. But Becky Lynch was supposed to duck or move out the way or something like that. Becky Lynch she went out of the ring. So then when she turned around and tried to kick, she wasn't even close to it. And then Becky Lynch turned around and she's on the ground like, oh, what the hell is that? So yeah. Again, the crowd was not really into this. Apparently, they were also like booing. They were booing Becky Lynch a little bit. They were not Becky Lynch, they were booing Nikki Bella a little bit, and they were cheering Becky Lynch. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. Just play the fuck along. I mean, like stop singing to Steph Rogers' song. Somebody said Steph Rogers should change his music. I would maybe agree with that. Um, Becky Lynch changed her music so that they don't do the whoa, whoa, with her music. So maybe Charles Bronson needs to change his music. but they didn't get a lot of, they didn't have a lot of chemistry until the final half of the match. But I think then it was too late. And Becky Lynch, she used the roll up backslide pin, which Wade Barrett called the Lynch pin, which might be a new signature type of move for Becky Lynch, which wouldn't be so bad to have another signature move. Again, these two worked. They worked hard. They worked their ass off, but the crowd wasn't giving them nothing, and they doesn't have all the chemistry together. So I give it 2.5 stars. Next was the good old Donnybrook match between Rusev and Sheamus. This one was good. This one was better, and they were beating each other up with all of those things. I didn't like the finish. I didn't like the finish because of what it was. You know, the finish was that Rusev had broken Shillelagh over the back of Sheamus. Then he went to go for the accolade. Instead of putting it like holding it around the neck, he put it in his mouth. And then Sheamus tried to get up, but then Rusev stepped back, and then Rusev had was pulling back, not with the shillelagh around his neck, but in his mouth, and Sheamus tapped out. No, I think that shillelagh needed to be around the neck. That way, it would make sense for Sheamus to tap out. Because just having it in your mouth and you tap it out, I don't think it doesn't look. That's not a good look. Otherwise, this match was really good, really nice. They beat each other up, something like that. And we had another white noise off the top of barrels into two tables, and it's some big meaty minutes left for me. So I gave it 4 stars. The Rusev, again, the Rusev one. This is the case. I didn't mention. Next was the Cena Logan Paul match. I wonder if Cena thinks that he has little less time left, and he needs to do what he can to make the rest of his time make it feel better. Because the promos have been sensational. The last two matches have been incredible between Cody Rhodes and SummerSlam, and now tonight Logan Paul. That was good. Now somebody counted. They had done 11 moves. They had done 11 moves that were done by other wrestlers. Um, you know, it's some other ones as well, like the European uppercuts, the Christopher Daniels Fallen Angel, the Cold Red from Roxanne Perez, the Pop Rocks, a lot of other things as well. So it was almost like they were, you know, which I have no problem with. I have no problem with, because I think doing other people's moves is better than just spamming your finisher. Yeah, I think a finisher is your finisher. You hit it once. Maybe if you hit it twice in a match, and then maybe like for the special, really really special occasions, you do it for the third time. Third time's the charm. You know, but to just keep kicking out of it, and and that was one thing about the last match. He had with Cody Rhodes. There was 8 attitude adjustments. I think there was maybe 6 crossroads, 5 or 6 crossroads, and none of them could get the job done. Come on, that's a little too much. But this match I thought was incredible. Logan Paul worked his ass off. I tell you, you may not like him for some of the stuff that he does outside of his political views, but that man, he is a guy. He's not an outside. He's a WWE wrestler, and if he would do this full time, he would be incredible. I think that's one of the reasons why he's not going to be a heavyweight champion at this time, because he is still doing this part time. But if he were doing this full time, I think you could very well see him holding the championship. And who knows? And maybe he might say, "Yeah, that's what I do. When I do hold it, when I do hit the hold the championship, I'll be there every week or almost every week." You know, 'cause listen, we had I think we had two SmackDowns without Cody, right? Although last two SmackDowns without Cody, I think it's been about um Brandy's pregnancy, which didn't know she was pregnant, but she had another baby girl. Congratulations to the Rhodes/Reynolds family. Beautiful, healthy baby girl. That's all you want. So he doesn't need to be there every week or anything like that. And of course, we had Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns be part-time champion, so he could hold it. But I would like to. I think if we're in this, John Cena this is the last tour, he can do that. But I think if we're not going to go back to that, then he needs to be full time. I thought this match was killer. I gave it 4.5 stars. John Cena won with an AA finally to beat him, and it was made work. No surprises, no attacks. Just John Cena saying goodbye to the people of France. And then finally the fatal four-way match, which I gave 4 stars. Um, they had said that Roman Reigns was going to, be there for Jey Uso, Jey Uso's corner. He was taken out early in the night. Of course, Paul Heyman was taken to the hospital after he got choked out by Roman. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, they were, ejected from the building. So Seth Rollins was all alone. And there were many people speculating that there was going to be a fourth man. There was going to be a fourth man. You had people, Ethan Page, Ricky Starks, Austin Theory. Some people were even saying that it was going to be Chris Jericho. I don't think his contract isn't up yet, so he can be somebody saving Karrion Cross. Still thinking that they're getting worked by Cross and WWE. So, but we're waiting to see the end of the match. But this match was okay. Again, I thought there was some good stuff here from all three guys, but the crowd was just again not into it, and I'm not feeling it really. You know, every now and then when they were supposed to, they would hit their spot. If they hit, Jey Uso does a yeet, and LA Knight does LA Knight, yeah. CM Punk says it's clobbering time, but it just wasn't in for it. Feel like it. It's really doesn't mean it. I really don't think they were in for it. So, but there was some good action, good stuff. The final quarter of the match saw Rollins being laid on the table. Um, Early Knight went to the top, do an elbow drop onto him to the table. Rollins moved off. He Rollins got new Punk in the ring. He stomped Jey Uso on the outside. He stomped LA Knight on the outside. He went to stomp CM Punk with a chair in the ring, but CM Punk moved out the way. He hit the go to sleep. And they did a spot where he hit it. He hits the ropes. When he comes back while Punk is down, Punk picks him up, hit him for he's gonna hit a second GTS. A person in a black hoodie came up, gave CM Punk a low blow. It turned out the fourth man was actually a woman, Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch was browbeating CM Punk. The stump to CM Punk the stump to CM Punk by Seth Rollins 1, 2, 3. The winner and still champion Seth Rollins. With Becky Lynch by the side, Becky Lynch. This just made sense. Becky Lynch, of course, should be in the vision with Seth Rollins. They're husband and wife. Of course, they should be on the same thing together. So that's what this was. Um, yeah, I give it 4 stars, and That's just it. Now people are obviously going to be making the announcements that, or not, or making the logical conclusions that AJ Lee has to now come back, right? Since she has put hands on her man, she needs to come and defend her man, and that could happen. And I'm not saying that it's not, but with the Bailey stuff happening, Bailey had some stuff to say about Becky Lynch when all the stuff was going down with Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella during the match. I could see Bailey be a part of it as well. So we'll have to just wait and see. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hold on, guys. Okay, so let's finish it up. I get a star for. I get a match 4 stars. All right, so that was WWE Clash in Paris. That was the last premium live event for WWE on Peacock. They did say during this that all of the NXT premium live events will continue to be on Peacock. So there's that. And yeah, we're it's a good old time here. So next week, next month, uh, WrestlePalooza will be on ESPN, and I still don't know if I have it or not. Because every time I see it, I always see like the places that it's going to be, but it never says it's Comcast/Infinity. So I really would have to wait and see. I really have to wait and see if it is. And I also I need to also call Peacock and see if if I can like merge the things into the Xfinity bundle or something like that, because I need to yeah, because if I gotta stop paying something. And I'm paying for Peacock and Netflix and everything like that, and I might have to pay for this ESPN thing. But you're supposed to get Peacock free with Xfinity, so I need to see if I don't know if I call Peacock or if I call Xfinity or whatever, something like that. So we'll have to wait and see about that. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, um, there you have it. The WWE Clash in Paris. Okay, event. I thought fans could have been wasn't better, but maybe last year in Lyon was a once in a lifetime thing. So uh, they're doing another European tour in January, and so we'll have to wait and see on the road to the Royal Rumble. So we'll see how that goes. All right, those of you guys watching back on demand, post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section what you guys feel about what went down tonight. All right, don't forget WWE Run Raw is still in Paris, in Lyon. I think no, I think it's still in Paris, not Lyon. Um, so we'll see if they're better tomorrow, which means that it's an early start, 2 p.m. Eastern, one p.m. my time. So making a reminder and an announcement. All right, okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJTRIP signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.